Papa Smurf, guess what?
Oh, you almost got it. Oh, keep reaching for it.
Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back to Talking Serpents. I am really stoked to release this project, the do-it-yourself kit. So there are other options out there, like the PVC enclosures. They make them out of white and black PVC. They're thin, they're not customizable. Personally, I don't really care for them. I don't think they look very good. So if you've ever have a PVC enclosure, you know that they're really thin and they're not very strong. Would you want to do that to your PVC enclosure? No. Stuff's really strong. Like I can pull the whole thing around by the front of the room. They're not very heavy. They're made out of birch wood. They're definitely made to last. I wanted everybody to have their opportunity to be able to have a nice reptile enclosure, something that they could be proud of. There's a lot of like melamine enclosures. I've made lots of melamine enclosures. They're heavy. They don't last as long, and I've designed this whole enclosure around if you have a screwdriver and a paintbrush, or if you have a paint roller. So you only need 2 of these. So if you got a screwdriver and a paintbrush, you can build this. I've already made my instructions and I simplify them as much as I possibly can to make them extremely comprehensible. We're going to have my wife assemble the whole reptile enclosure. So if she can assemble it, you can definitely assemble it too. So like I said, this enclosure is going to come with all the necessary hardware to put it together like this. It's also going to come with a lock. That way you can keep your reptile inside the enclosure, and it's going to come with an air vent. And then there will be an optional box that you can also purchase, which would have my custom heat bulb guards, the bulb fixture, power cord, and the hardware to install it. All these will already be, all the holes to mount these will already be pre-drilled on the enclosure. So if you ever wanted to go back and add them, you can. The reason why I'm not adding these in here, I don't want to add this to the price, because some people like me, I like using heat bulbs, and some people don't, and that's okay. Like people use heat tape and stuff like that. So, and some people even like heat their whole reptile room or wherever you're at. So I'm giving people more options, and that way you're not charged for something that you don't even need. All these reptile enclosure kits will have window track already secured in place, so that's something you will not have to deal with. It'll already be done for you. And another note, I will not be sending these reptile enclosures out with glass. The reason being is glass is obviously very fragile, and I don't want to be shipping it. And 2, glass is heavy, and that will up shipping prices. And I don't want to charge you guys for more shipping prices than you need. So it's definitely more beneficial just to buy glass near the glass provider in your area. I will be putting the exact dimensions of the glass you will need. So each individual reptile enclosure will be measured from me, and I'll be putting a sticker on the manual, the user manual to assemble this thing, and it'll say the exact dimensions. You go to your glass provider and tell them I need this dimension, and they're gonna cut it for you, and you're gonna walk out and you're gonna have the exact piece of glass that you need for this enclosure. I put stickers which will be on all of the enclosures. All 6 sides have a label of what is what. This is the front, and there's an arrow going up. There's arrows going on everything, and this will all be shown which arrow goes where on the directions. They're already very comprehensible. Also, one thing I didn't mention is that all of these will already become to you pre-sanded. I've already sanded this, so all the edges, there's no rough points on it. They're already ready for paint or stain, whatever you want to do to it. All right, we're gonna need you to fit into this box.
tried.
Ah, that's much better. Nice fit. Much better. All right. So everything's all protected and should work really well for shipping. So now it's time for my lovely wife to put it together. Looking good, almost done. What do you think so far? Pretty easy?
It's pretty easy so far.
All right, good to hear. All right, go ahead and rotate it on the back and then go ahead and put your front trim on and then you will be done with your main structure. All right, so how was it?
It was simple. I only had to use a screwdriver and it didn't take me too long, so I'm pretty proud of it.
Sounds like a win to me. All right, it looks good. Everything lined up?
Oh yeah.
Looks perfect. Nice and strong. Awesome. Good job.
Thanks.
So at this point, you would go ahead and use your paintbrush or roller and do the interior, make it nice and waterproof, and then do your exterior, whether that be a wood sealer, a stain, or a paint, whatever you decide, and whatever electrical you want to run after that, which you can buy the electrical kit that we will have that will work already for this. So it will be making at least one more size, there'll probably be several, but the next size will be 36 inches wide, 24 inches deep, and 24 inches tall. That way I have a little bit more variety because not every animal needs an enclosure that is this exact size, so there will be some more options. So one of the main goals of the DIY reptile enclosure is that I wanted to make these things affordable. There are other brands out there that sell PVC enclosures or plastic and other materials, and they're pretty expensive, like really expensive. So now I wanted the reptile community to have a product out there that people could have a high quality reptile enclosure, something to be proud of, something that didn't break the bank, and I definitely think this will work perfectly. I would say the most important thing that I focused on was to make shipping prices for this enclosure much cheaper. For instance, yesterday we went on a website and I had a vision, and we had this vision after we went on the website and saw some shipping prices of another competitor, and they were for the same exact size, about the same exact size. It was $160 just for the shipping alone. The enclosure itself was also pretty expensive. So I focused so much on trying to make shipping as cheap as I possibly can. Since I was able to get this enclosure to be able to fit in that box, all of my shipping prices all over the US, on average, all of my customers in the United States will pay between $20 and $30 to ship this enclosure to your door. And that is extremely cheap. Alright, so as you're seeing this video, this enclosure is now on my website, talkingserpents.com. Go check it out. Alright, if you liked the video, strike that like button. If you have any comments, post in the comment section below. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.